June the 6th, 1944. Above Omaha Beach, a 20-year-old German is firing a machine gun. This is what he sees: the largest seaborne invasion in history, landing on the sand below him. The first wave is fighting through the obstacles, mortar crews answering from the open sand. Men scream orders no one can hear, and the boats just keep coming. And behind them, destroyers slide in close, guns leveled at the bluffs. It's 5 a.m., and 20-year-old Gefreiter Heinrich Severloh kneels in an open trench on Widerstandsnest 62, the highest strongpoint above Omaha Beach. An MG-42 rests in front of him. His orders are simple. When the Americans come, he holds easy red sector with one machine gun until the battery behind the hill can do its work. Behind him, the road inland. 4 hours earlier, a phone jolted the gun crews out of their bunks. Enemy paratroopers inland. Alarm after alarm. Oberleutnant Frerking, the battery commander Severloh serves as an orderly, drove them through the dark from Houtville to the coast. Now, the waiting. 12,000 rounds stacked in crates, 2 rifles leaning against the dirt. Below him, the tide pulls back and bears 300 meters of empty sand. Nothing moves out there. That is exactly what worries him. Then the sky answers him. Hundreds of bombers, and Omaha is the target. The bomb bays swing open. 13,000 bombs drop. They land miles inland in the hedgerows, and the bluff is untouched. A voice cuts through the dark. Boots hammer on concrete. Steel helmets snap down. In the observation bunker beside his trench, Frerking works the field telephone, calm, almost gentle. His order to the boy with the machine gun is precise: let them come. Hold your fire until the water reaches their knees. Severloh wraps his finger around the trigger guard and waits. The first gray light creeps over the channel at 5:30. Severloh lifts his binoculars toward the fog bank, and the fog bank is moving. Shapes harden inside it. Masts, funnels, hulls. Not 10 ships, not 100. A wall of steel, stretching from one end of the sea to the other, growing with every heartbeat. Battleships, cruisers, transports beyond counting, all pointed at this one stretch of sand. In the bunker, Frerking lowers his voice into the telephone.
Die Invasion ist da.
And it is coming straight for them. At 5:50, the wall of steel opens fire. 14-inch shells fall with a sound like the sky caving in. The bluff shakes. Dirt rains into the trench, and Severloh presses his face against the crate of belts until the earth stops moving. Widerstandsnest 62 survives it. Then, at exactly 6:30, the first landing craft grind into the sandbars. Ramps slap down into the surf. Men leap into water up to their chests. They wade toward him, slow, heavy, helpless. Frerking speaks one word into the telephone. Feuer! 3 kilometers inland, 4 howitzers answer, and the beach erupts in fountains of sand. In the same breath, Severloh squeezes the trigger. The MG-42 tears the morning in half. The first wave folds into the surf, but the sea keeps giving. For every boat that burns on the obstacles, 10 more shoulder past it. For every man who goes down, another climbs over him and keeps waiting. The hours melt together. Wave after wave stacks onto easy red until the tide line is a graveyard of steel. Burned out landing craft lean on the obstacles. Tanks that were promised never arrive. 27 of 29 drowned before reaching the sand. The survivors of the first assault press themselves behind the shingle bank, pinned, soaked, 170 meters from the muzzle of his gun. Severloh fires until the barrel glows, twists it off with a rag, slams in a new one, fires again. A sergeant crawls the trench line dragging fresh crates of belts. Spent casings pile past his ankles. Twice, rifle rounds snap so close they throw grit across his face. Somewhere down there, a sniper is hunting the lone machine gun that will not stop. Out on the water, destroyers slide in close, hulls almost scraping the sandbars, their 5-inch guns searching the bluff strongpoint by strongpoint. To his left and right, the neighboring nests grow quieter. Widerstandsnest 62 is becoming the last voice on this end of the beach. By mid-morning, the arithmetic turns against him. He counts the crates left in the niche. At this rate of fire, the belts die by early afternoon. And the fire coming back has changed. It is no longer blind. Spotters on the beach and in the air are walking the destroyer's shells up the slope, blast by blast, straight toward his trench. A shell bursts on the lip of the trench. The world goes white, then brown. Severloh digs himself out of the fallen earth, ears ringing, hands still finding the gun by instinct. The strong point around him is being peeled apart. Mortars silent, the casemate cracked, men gone or dead. He reaches for ammunition and finds the bottom of the last crate. Tracer belts. Now every burst he fires draws a burning line through the air, straight back to its source. The destroyers see it. Down on the beach, small groups of Americans are no longer hiding. They are climbing. There is nowhere to fall back to. The paths behind the bluff are under fire. The neighboring nests are dying one by one, and no order to withdraw ever comes. Severloh feeds the glowing gun its last belts and keeps sweeping the waterline, one man against an ocean. At 3:30 in the afternoon, the gun falls silent. 13,000 rounds, and there is nothing left to feed it. Frere King's voice finds him one last time across the wrecked trench. Lauf! Run. Severloh drops the empty machine gun, shoulders a rifle, and sprints across the open field toward Colville, while behind him, the strong point that held a beach all day finally breaks. Frere King never follows. The man who spent the whole day whispering coordinates into a telephone is cut down beside his communications bunker, minutes after sending his last runner away. By evening, the Colville draw is open, and the beach Severloh watched over flows inland, an unbroken river of men, trucks, and guns. The next morning, in a hedgerow near the village, Heinrich Severloh raises his hands. The numbers from that morning are stark. Roughly 2,400 Americans were killed, wounded, or went missing on Omaha Beach, the bloodiest sand of D-Day. Of the 40-odd defenders of Widerstandsnest 62, most never left it. Bernhard Frere King was among the dead. Severloh survived captivity and told his story in a memoir, WN 62. He claimed his gun cut down over 1,000 men. Historians doubt it, and he never argued with them. Decades later, he found David Silva, a man he had shot, who had become a priest, and Silva forgave him. The only count that mattered was the one he carried. 3 kilometers behind his trench stood the major who saw the fleet first. Watch his story next.